coming to you from the United States of America. And we're pleased today and greetings of good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, or whatever you're doing. We're going to talk about this is going to be something new from a U.S. perspective. I have Brother NIKKO from Chicago coming on if everything works out technically, and we're going to talk about the New World Order. I'm also going to talk about the blues and the grays because I want to be educated because he is a phenomenal young man that has a wealth of knowledge. He's going to educate the audience about the blues and the grays, and we're going to talk about why people in the United States, the voting has just went down in terms of the numbers, because I feel like because he is a young man, he can shine light. He can shine light on why. And you have social and political people that can try to explain why, but you know what? The information would be coming from someone that is in a different generation. And that is very important. It's very important to have people on like that from different generations. Often I had people on it at my age that are 60 and 70 years old. And we're going to just look at the world from not just a local issue, the news that affects the United States, Asia, Africa, the UK, and Europe, and just waiting on him to call in right now. And what I may do is I may just send him a link again, because I'm anticipating a great interview. Right? He's somebody that you know what, that I communicate with when I go to McDonald's in the morning. McDonald's is not paying me anything to say anything in regards to this. And there's a lot of classified information, like what happened in Roswell. Now, some people say alleged. What happened in Roswell? In Roswell, what happened is it's documented and reported that a craft came into our solar system and it crashed in Roswell. We're going to talk about Malachi York. He's going to educate us about Malachi York. Okay, and here it is. Yes, assalamu alaikum, brother. Assalamu alaikum.
What's up, God?
Oh, brother, I want to, first of all, make the introduction. I want to, first of all, this is an individual that is in the community, and, he's putting out information. And you know what? I want to thank you for accepting the invitation to come on the Underground Railroad television show in Chicago. Brother, make an introduction of yourself.
How y'all doing? My name's NIKKO. Hey, with the invite, share some information with you guys. So I'm ready to get started.
Okay, and you know what, brother NIKKO, can you tell us something about yourself before we get started in the interview? But I know the people that's looking want us to get to the point, but that's only fair to say. Don't say something about yourself. Who are you? Tell us.
Well, I come from the streets. I've been up times. I've been shot a couple times. But I made it through it. Right now, I'm just vibrating real high. So, I'm ready to get me. Let's talk about the world.
Okay. You know what, brother Nico, me and you talk, and like I said, brother Cow Wash. I'm not gonna call him brother. Ron and Top 10 and all that we talk. But I want to ask you something, man. You know what? You speak. You know what? What is the reason? We're coming from out of Chicago. What is the reason? The people that are empathetic, people that are pessimistic, and they do not care about voting. It's a reason because he's in a different generational gap than me. What are some aspects that are involved and why?
The reason people aren't voting?
Yes.
It's actually reasons, man. People, we in a time now called the grand. A lot of people waking up and realizing that they've been lied to. A lot of those politicians that probably used to say get on the podium and promise African American all through the youth. They don't even vote. They don't even like working. They don't work. So it's a couple of reasons why they don't want to vote. Another reason why we ain't got nobody up there rooting for us.
Okay.
Honestly, we ain't put nobody. They put them up on the podium to us to look at him as a president. Stuff happen. So that's a lot. That's another reason that people don't vote. I don't believe in the system.
But I mean, if they do not vote, would you agree that they don't have the right to complain? What I'm saying is, if I see something going on and I don't participate to make it better, is it legitimate for me to complain? Is it legitimate?
Is it legitimate for you to what?
Is it legitimate for me to complain? Is it legitimate for me to complain if I don't go to the ballot? Is that legitimate? Am I missing something?
Politics is like sports anyway. It's one of those conversations. You either like LeBron James, that's what a political conversation is. Really, honestly. None of them got no power behind their words. Voting ain't changed nothing. We've been voting since.
So
correct.
I mean that is correct. But let me restructure the question in a different way. Man, can I complain about it if I'm not participating in the system? Do I have any right whatsoever to actually complain about the system if I'm not participating in the system? Do I have the right? Why would you say that?
Yeah. You got a right.
Could you expand on that?
This country built on freedom of speech, right?
Yeah.
Constitutional rights. You can complain if you want to.
Okay. So so the individual that makes that statement, you don't have a right to complain if you're not participating in a system. They don't know what they're talking about. I got you. You know what? It's a new world order system, I guess. And you know what, brother? You was I want to go off into something else. You was explaining something. First of all, there are millions and millions and millions of people that believe what happened in Roswell. There was an aircraft, a spacecraft that crashed in Roswell. And there are many millions of people that believe that there are blues and there are grays, meaning that there's an alien race that is controlling the rich and the powerful. Can you expand on that? The blues and the grays.
You aliens, or you asking me? Do I think it's true? You asked me about what.
Yeah, I want you to expand, because you know what? We talk about the blues and the grays. I'm gonna ask you about melanin next. The blues and the grays, but people that don't understand, there are millions of planets outside of our solar system. Okay, millions.
Okay.
So for an individual to say that there's not life outside of this solar system, and we haven't even explored outside of this solar system, I would say, in a sense, that's ignorance. Would you agree with that?
Well, we are a solar system. If according to science, when the anatomy of the human body, the black man, the black woman, which you made up out of black matter, uh, dark matter, actually. Eat eat the bean. So we actually been here longer than the Earth. So you ask me,
Okay.
Earth is only like 4.5 billion years old.
Mm-hmm.
70 trillion years. So I
Okay.
mean, numbers don't lie.
Mm-hmm. Would you agree that there are too many planets outside of this solar system for it not to be the possibility for it to be life as we don't know it to exist?
It's actually it's definitely going on because they're more intelligent here. You got to understand that for
Mm-hmm.
those intelligent life forces to even get here, because so they have to be more intelligent than us. Then they know how to manipulate the dimensions. They really probably 6, 7, 8 dimensional beings, but they off in the third or fourth, running to and fro, looking like me and you.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
But you know what? So basically, this new world order system that is set up, are you saying that it is being run by the blues and the grays, essentially? That's a
Um,
species.
I, I actually don't know who, but it's. I mean, like I said, we're in the grand awakening. Everything is all the masses are falling. It won't be long before people see what's real, and they actually knew all along. People just don't have the heart to do nothing about it.
Yeah. And you and you know what, you know what, brother Nico? There are people that are looking at this right now because I'm looking at it on YouTube. There are people that are watching. Somebody is wondering what is meant by the statement, the blues in the graves. Somebody has no idea what we are. Can you expand on that?
He speaks alien
Yeah.
species
Mm-hmm.
that are led on the planet. Um, it's actually what they're saying. A few species of aliens down here. The blues and grays are just a few. You have draconians. You have all type. And,
Okay.
grays and the blues are shapeshifters. They under 5 feet scientists. As far as like you were speaking on Roswell, they was
Okay.
the ones back in the 80s where they was finding all the cattle mutilated. They was doing
Wow.
science projects.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? What's going on with that's what I've heard about the blues and the grays. And they're not, though they small, they evil. They not, and they trade technology for. I don't know how true that is, but those
Well,
are the allegations.
there's information that there's more and more information that is becoming declassified by the government because you can only classify it for a certain amount of time. And if they are doing this, what is the primary goal and objective of the blues and the grays? What is their objective? What's their motive for doing this?
And they actually, I mean, this is planets on the Milky Way with life capable of holding life. So anybody that really come in this galaxy and this Milky end up on this planet, any alien species, because there's nowhere else to go. There's nothing else going on as of now, as what we told, unless it's a manipulate dimensions. Right now we in the third dimension. You get what I'm saying? The Bible and the Quran actually teaches you in code how to manipulate dimensions. Just done through fasting and meditation. And I'm pretty sure you've seen that at all.
Yeah.
You do that, start eating the right food, meditate more, you're gonna wake up on
You're breaking up. But go ahead. Breaking up.
You ain't hear what I said?
Now, if you could repeat it, I appreciate it.
Okay. I said if you start fasting and eating the right food and start meditating,
yes,
you're gonna start. You'll probably astral project once you master it. So need a book to tell you that.
So let me ask you something. You go ahead. I'm listening to you. I'm listening.
Talk to me.
Okay.
I'm listening to you. I asked.
Like you ready to show us a book or something like that?
As far as what?
Okay. The blues in the but you say that there are many. I'm going to ask you about melanin in a minute, but there are many people that say that the blues and the grays are walking around us right now, and there's some people that say that they live in the middle of the earth. Some people say that. Where are they?
They really hold on for a second.
Okay.
Hold on.
We're the people that are just tuning in. We're talking to brother NIKKO from out of Chicago, you know, and we're gonna be talking about the talking.
Yeah, sorry about that.
And
Sorry about that.
Malachi,
I had to almost bit my neighbor. Go ahead.
Okay. And some people say that the blues and the grays are walking around amongst us. And some say that they're underneath the ground. I don't. Can you expand on that?
It's I across a lot of stories as far as the alien species. They all supposed to be a species of the Anunnaki, and that's what we're supposed to be. We're supposed to be Anunnaki. You got reptilians. Those are the ones that are really the allegedly. Okay. Draconians live in the earth that eat people, but how true is that? And they just found and they went in there and this 70 feet tall trees and crystal floors and they saying Draconians, but I heard this big head people down there. We don't know what's in there because they're not gonna tell us. The Draconians, what's the already explained about the blues and the grays?
Yes.
The ones that look like the pictures you see, the big head, no hair, just eyes and a mouth. That's it. They do a lot of genetic modification.
You got eugenics. That's something that they did at Adolf Hitler's time. He was trying to create a race. So they do that. Are they trying to create a specific race of people? I mean, group of people by making modifications in hybrids.
What they intent is, because it's all allegations right now.
Okay. And you know what? You keep on. You know what?
I was just sharing some of the information that I've like I said, allegedly.
Okay, okay. And you know what? You know what?
Once you start saying that,
You
you
know what?
got to start questioning God and everything. You know.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And you know what? You mentioned melanin, and us having melanin in our skin, a certain race of people. What is the significance of having melanin in your system opposed to not having it? And what is melanin? What are you talking about?
Melanin pumps neural from the pineal gland into your body while you sleep.
Mm-hmm.
The darker you are, the more melanin you have in you.
Okay.
More of the universe in you. And basically, like the sun gives you energy. The sun is actually killing it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So melanin. So it is important to have melanin
Yes,
in
it's
your
so
skin.
important. It's so important. Artificial intelligence now. They put melanin in neural. They put melanin as we speak, so they can manipulate the melanin sends off. Like I said, it sends it through your body every night while you sleep.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? We talking about? I guess we're talking about physics. And you know what? You once mentioned something to me, and it was Malachi York. And you say he's a very intelligent man. And you know what? Who is Malachi York? And why did the society come against Malachi York? Who is he?
I've just checked out a couple of his lectures. Um, all the questions that you ask, pick up a few of his books and all the answers are there. You can actually check him out. Prisoner right now. He's been locked up about 20 years. He's 10 years now. He's denied medical treatment. He's 70 years old now. If you don't know anything about Malachi York, you can go to YouTube. He really like the information you asked me. He really like. They say he's a grand teacher. It's coming to light because everything he's saying is coming true. So
I had read something about Malachi York that said that he had the ability. We only use 5 or 4% of our brain. He had the ability to levitate objects, and then he was accused of doing something to his daughter because he was trying to spread this information. Why do they have? Why do the people that's in power have a tendency to want to eliminate people that want to disseminate information and act on it that's going to help the people? Why? Why does the people in power want to? Why do they do it?
I mean, you have to. They have to keep order. You got him running around spreading the truth, the real message, just like anybody else. It happened to him all. He's still alive. They killed the rest of them. So you know, I mean, you got to be sharing that type of information. Okay. And as far as like him levitating, I've been doing my research. They say we definitely have those abilities. The monks doing it.
Yeah.
So those they human beings.
You know what an ignorant brother told me? Ignorant brother told me if Malachi York had the ability to levitate, why don't he levitate himself out of jail? I thought that was pretty ignorant for an individual to make that statement. But you are correct. The monks have
people entitled to their opinion, man. You can't worry about what people say.
You know, when we talk about people and their opinions, I look at Kanye West. And Kanye West, I thank you for sharing that information with me about Kanye West. Kanye West has made allegations and said things that may have been out of pocket. And you know what? The news media has a tendency to try to make him look weird or crazy. What is your objective? One thing he said that the earth is flat. Okay, the thing like Kanye West, for people that don't know, he's a rapper, he's a multi-millionaire, billionaire. Okay, what is the reason for the attack on Kanye West? He appeared to be a peg that don't fit into a square. What's the reason and behind some of these statements that Kanye West has made?
There's a lot of reasons, man. Man, been through a lot. 20 years ago, 20 for free. He became one of the richest black men in the world. In the 20-year time, people look over a lot that he's done. People don't say nothing about my city. These guys, I'm not with them or against them. But if you just do it, I've seen Kanye West come through Chicago, and his shoes was $1,000 on 79th and Exchange, 79th and Yates, 79th and Jeff, 79th and Cottage, 79th King Drive, 79th and State, Halsted, Ashland, Racing, and it was truckloads past through and do that. He advocated to get out of jail. It didn't work. Then but people with Kanye, they tend to look at and what he said instead of paying attention to his intentions. His words. You probably have to really sit down and catch a couple interviews of his to really be like, man, he right, but it got to be more than you right. He's just trying to wake people up. But almost every day, like I said, you don't even have to wake nobody up. It's the sun doing it. The sun waking people up.
So you said because he's attempting to wake people up, is that the reason that people that are within the New World Order are attempting to destroy him? I'm talking about
He's actually missing.
Huh?
He's actually missing. He has to December.
Kanye West. And you know what? You are a young man. And can you tell us some of the problems, some of the issues that are going on with people within your generational gap that I don't know about, and the audience is listening, they don't know about? And how y'all gonna deal with that?
What you mean?
I'm talking about problems. What are some of the pinnacle issues that people that are going in your generation, what are they going through right now? Economically, politically, what are some of the problems and trials that are going on that are impacting people in your generation?
You got the fentanyl pandemic. It's a million things going on. Really destroy the black man, black race. The food you eat, the water you drink, the toothpaste you use. That fluoride in that toothpaste and the fluoride in the tap water actually clogs up your penis. Get that neuromelanin at night. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I'm listening. Teach.
Okay. Out the food, we not supposed to be meat eaters.
Is that a danger now that we're eating genetically modified food? Is that a danger?
Eating flesh flesh can't digest. It rots inside of you. So if something rotten inside of you, you got parasites and all type of stuff. They was meat eaters. We wasn't meat eaters.
So eating genetically modified food, that is a danger. that's an impediment to your
any process or genetically modified, nobody eat it, but to each his own.
Why is it right now in Africa, in the diaspora, you cannot grow food if you do not use genetically modified seeds? Why? Why would somebody do something? You know, people in Africa, in certain regions, they will be fined if they don't utilize genetically modified seeds. Why would they do this? Why?
See, then once you go back to the Malachi Z. York thing, and you really figure out, once black people, once they really find out who they really are,
Yeah.
Lebanese. That's the easy part.
And
in at night.
Mm-hmm.
When you meditate at night, at night, a real meditation, you astral project and go in another realm, and everything you see that's going on, you think is a dream, it's just another reality, another realm, because you learn how to manipulate dimensions.
What you say?
Thing.
What you say that people in my generation have been manipulated by the New World Order system. We used to race home to look at certain television shows to escape the reality and the hell that we had. Would you say that people in my generation, 60s and 70s and 50s, we have been manipulated? And what was the purpose of manipulating?
They don't want you to know who you really is, man. And why?
Who are you?
For real.
Teach us who we are and who are we, brother?
I can't teach you who you are. Study that for yourself. Depends on what frequency you value, you know.
Yes.
You know, for everybody.
Now, when you make this statement, okay, mega universe, do you say that people in your generation have been hoodwinked to a certain degree too? Because there are more people that are coming home to escape to a mega universe, to put something on top of their eyes and make believe that they're in a mega universe. Just like we used to run home to television to escape the hells and the reality of this world.
Okay. Well, if you know, it's kind of like the journey and the path you take, man, in life. Information that I came across. I'm 40, so and I've been to the penitentiary, been shot up twice. So I've been through a lot. I'm still here. All right, so those 4 or 5 times to the penitentiary, let alone countless times for going to the county. I've ran across all type of information. I've studied all kind of religions. But in 2023, you can actually just pick up your YouTube or Google it to do all that. You know? And when you do that, you people listening, people that's listening, you can actually to look up Black Root Science if you want to really figure out what's going on with the stimulation we living in. You'll see.
When you speak of you've been to the penitentiary, and I'd like to ask you a question. My question is, this is talking about another issue. First of all, for people that are tuning in, I see that they're watching, but they're not really leaving no comments. Thing is, we are in Chicago. There used to be a gang called the GDs and the Gangsters Disciples and the Rukns. There are a street gang. Do you believe that they should let Jeff Ford and Larry Hoover out of jail? Or should they just leave them where they are?
That's
Jeff Ford used to be the leader of the Rukns, and I think Larry Hoover used to be the leader of the GDs, the Gangster Disciples. Do you believe that they should just leave them where they are, or left them out if they made a pledge to come back to their communities, to help their communities, to make their communities better?
they just as dangerous as Malachi Z. York. Same gallery in Florence, Colorado.
But let me go back to what I said. In your opinion, do you think they should let Larry Hoover, who was the leader of the GDs, the Gangster Disciples, you think he's in a super max right now? Okay, and Jeff
I think
Ford,
they should let all political prisoners.
why?
All of Larry Hoover been locked up since 1971. 1971.
Okay.
Responsible for all this going on. That's what they want you to believe. Come on.
So are you saying you do not believe that Larry Hoover and Jeff Ford did things that were detrimental to their communities?
It's all about perspective. Okay. I've had people telling me, "Oh, Jeff Ford this, Jeff Ford that." One time in the neighborhood, he surrounded the Catholic school, was trying to extort the people, and shit, they was white, they was Jews or whatever, and they was.
I don't want to talk about them. No.
I'm just speaking of. I'm speaking that happened. That I'm telling you why people. Some older cats told me why they don't like this. He was getting down on some white people, and they was mad at him.
Okay.
Like that. That's a school, but at the end of the day, it's a white school in the black community. And you got don't forget what the gang.
Let me ask. Go ahead, brother. I'm listening to you. Go ahead.
Said that. Don't forget why the gangs was originated. It wasn't the gang back. The Great Migration happened, and all these people moved up here from out south, from down Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee. All these people moved up here. They told them it was racism and woo-wop, whatever. They get up here, they still fighting white people, can't get on the bus. So what these gangs was originated to really protect communities. What people actually don't know.
What I understand,
like when Martin Luther.
Go ahead.
Huh?
Go ahead, I'm listening.
No, I was just saying, like when Martin Luther King riots happened. You know, right?
Okay.
The reason the South Side didn't get so up.
You know what? You know what, brother? Can you explain to somebody that's looking from at a different country, basically, who is Larry Hoover and who is Jeff Ford? For some people, they have no idea who we're talking about. Can't hear you.
You see my perspective? You see how I perceive those people? You see my perspective as gang chiefs. They political prisoners because of the influence they have. They dangerous. Like Malachi Z. York. Okay. Do you really? Malachi bought land, acres of land, had people moving in. They really said he was building a cult. Outside looking in, it looked like a cult. And that's what they were scared of with Larry Hoover and Jeff Ford. And at the end of the day, when you step inside, you start to really see what's going on. Like the information not ran across all these years, as intelligent as these gang chiefs, and like not even just gang chiefs. You get famous people, TD Jakes, Barack Obama ran across this information that I've ran across.
Mm-hmm.
Grades, I mean, like,
Mm-hmm.
you can see
What you say?
Huh?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm listening.
No, I'm just saying, like, look what happened with him. How many people stood by his side?
Yeah.
We still standing around watching each other get lynched.
That's true. That's true. What'd you say? The same
All
thing.
they saying is, go ahead. I'm listening. My bad.
Okay. What'd you say? The same thing that they accused Jeff Ford of, the leader of the Rukn's gang. Some people say gang, and Larry Hoover. Would you say that the predominant society is doing the same thing that they did? They didn't want them selling marijuana, but they've legalized marijuana. Okay. They didn't want them involved in prostitution, but they have it legal in Las Vegas. They didn't want Larry Hoover and Jeff Ford having anything to do with opioids, but now it's legal. Wouldn't you say that they perpetrating the same evil?
I didn't understand the question.
Okay, my question is, New World Order system, these people that are in control, the same thing they accuse Larry Hoover of that GDs and Jeff Ford of selling drugs, but they're the ones selling drugs in the country, selling marijuana, but marijuana is legal now. Opioids, which is illegal, but it's legal. The same thing they accuse them of, they're doing the same thing, but only they legalized it. Would you agree with that or disagree with that?
I mean, you know, Ray Charles, see that? They political bigger than all some drugs and all that, bro. They got a lot of influence over a lot of people in the streets, and they not on your side.
Mm-hmm.
So they get rid of those type of people.
Mm-hmm. So you say Ray Charles. So therefore, if that's legitimate, they should let them out. I would say you believe that they would not Jeff Ford and Larry Hoover and Chief Malik and I forgot the Hispanic guy that's a leader in Chicago. But the thing is, they should let these guys out of that supermax jail in the United States if they make a pledge to come back into the community to help the community and make it a better place. Do you agree with that?
I mean, the option for them.
Huh?
That's not even an option for those kind of guys locked up in the country. They behind 3 doors. A glass bars door before they get to their cell. So they never getting out. Trust them out. And it's more, and the war is more on things than it is on the physical side.
Okay, so Chief Marley, but I like to ask you something. I remember this is going back in time. Okay, Lucky Luciano and Bumpy Smith used to run numbers in New York, the lottery, but they said it was so evil. But then they turned around and legitimized it. But there were still people that did time for running numbers. Why? What is going on?
You see what's going on? It's been going on. Alcohol used to be illegal. This guy on my shirt right here, he got rich off of bootleg alcohol. They locked him up and legalized it. That's how it go.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So you know what? That thing.
He was white.
Okay.
So they
Shit.
don't care
Who was
about
that?
no
Who was that
race.
picture
That's
of
a
the guy?
money thing.
Who was that? It's Al Capone, right?
You say what?
It's Al Capone, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Who was Al Capone for people that don't know?
I got it.
So, so what I'm saying, what I'm asking you is everything that they said, everything that they said was illegal. They are legitimized. They are legitimized. How do they get the drugs into this country without the permission of certain
They make
people?
the law. Man. They make the law. Then they
So,
puppets. They work for rich people. They don't control nothing.
mm, mm,
You think
mm.
somebody? You think somebody that make 105,000 a year turn down $1 million, $5 million to pass?
No, I think
Okay.
a man a moral man would turn it down, but I guess a moral man wouldn't be in political office. You know,
Exactly.
when we talk about America, man, I mean, do you see an economical collapse coming to the United States of America that we won't be able to overcome?
It ain't just gonna be the whole world.
Why you say that? Breaking up. You breaking up.
Okay.
You said
Okay.
economical collapse is coming not just to the United States but world. Why do you say that?
Um, Money is starting to become more and more worthless. Nobody wants, and it's going to be some robots around here replacing a lot of the workforce.
Okay. Okay. You talking about AI technology and
Yeah, but
robots.
Donald say by 2025, they're not going to even have employees. Computer robots bringing your stuff to you to the front. They might have a general manager that the machines running, but ain't gonna be no crew.
So you know what? If that's the reality, do you think they was talking about universal pay? Universal pay for people. Do you think the universal pay where everybody gets a check that's a certain income? You know, that they will qualify to get a certain check, a check once a month to survive. Is that gonna happen?
I don't know, but it's gonna be a lot going on because Rubens is 2023. The world supposed to be switching to digital. Okay,
Yeah. So,
but what that's
you,
gonna mean for the street hustlers?
you know, when you talk about the street hustle, man, you know what? It sounds like the New World Order and took away the street hustle, and they made it these businesses that used to be
No, that was a
illegal.
question.
Okay, go ahead.
That was a question.
Okay,
Finna go digital. Who gonna be the first people to lose their jobs? The street hustlers, right?
yeah.
Then if you got all your money electronic and there's a power outage or a blackout, where your money?
Well, you sound like you talking about that cryptocurrency and all that stuff,
I'm
right?
talking about no. I'm talking about regular money,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
digital currency. I don't mean like digital as far as
Okay.
crypto. I mean this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, you know what are some of the hurdles that you see that people in your generation are gonna have to deal with and encounter? Mhm.
I couldn't hear you. My bad.
I said, what do you think are some of the hurdles that people in your generation are going to have to deal with people in your generation.
Hurdles as far as what?
Far as economically, politically, morally, things that y'all going to have to deal with. I look at what y'all going through now, man. Y'all going to have to be down there 80 years old to probably retire. Shit.
I don't understand that question.
What I'm saying is, in your generation, what type of
My
problems are y'all
generation
gonna are
over with.
y'all
I'm
gonna have?
40.
Uh-huh.
I said our generation over
What
with.
type of
I'm
problems are y'all
40.
gonna have to deal with? What problems do y'all face in your generation?
You never know. Bicycles just made a big comeback.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what tomorrow bring? Bikes back, full fledged.
Wow,
Simple shit like
man.
that.
Wow, man. You know what? I'm talking to
You
Nick.
just got to think, and just think 20 years ago, whoever thought one of the biggest scams on earth would be bottled waters?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
These people get rich off bottled waters, in the
Mm-hmm.
bottle and selling it to you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's literally cities and took over for the water supply.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Here's one. You got to tune in with nature because there's things you can't reproduce in this world. More land and more water. You can
Okay.
build on it, but
When you know what, Nico, when you speak of that, what is the reason that the United States is sending all this money to Ukraine, and we have environmental issues and water issues in the United States of America, like the University Park, like Flint, Michigan, where their water system was shooting out brown water, tainted water. What is the reason?
the the powers that be, they they ain't seeing eye to eye right now. And America by any means necessary. So they can get them whatever they need to do whatever they got to do because they know if Russia become the next world power, they do not have America's best interest. Neither do China.
Mm-hmm.
So
So that you don't think that's legitimate that they said you don't think that's legitimate that the Ukraine joined NATO and the United States sent all their money over there and we have internal problems going on here. That's not legitimate.
you already know. Rhetorical question. It's common sense. They sent them 83 billion 2 weeks ago. What 3 billion?
I, I understand. And when you talk about power, who do you think will be the next world leader? Will it be the Soviet Union or China? And why?
Man, you never know.
Hmm. Think it'll be China myself. Can can
Huh?
so big? I think it'll be China because you know what they're communists. They stick together. They appear to be smarter. They appear to be smarter. They're buying up land. They're buying land near military bases. They're making man-made islands. Plus, they're making loans to countries in Africa. I mean, in the diaspora where strategic military bases and ports could be. I think it'll be China myself. You don't think so? You don't know. That's what I believe who will emerge as a part. When we talk about the New World Order, I believe that the United States of America to be in charge of that. I think China is gonna say we ain't gonna take that no more. What do you think? Can't hear you.
I don't think it's gonna make us no difference.
See, it ain't gonna make it.
It
Ain't
never have. Huh?
gonna,
Not me and you. Not people our color.
just understand what you said. You said we can't do nothing about it anyway. I understand what you said. So this president, you know what? This presidential election that is coming up, you don't vote. You don't. You say you don't vote. If a lot of people in your generation don't vote, who do you think is the lesser of two evils between Donald Trump, former President Donald Trump, and and President Joe Biden? Who's the lesser of two evils, in your opinion?
Man, it's I ain't really too fond of either one of them.
Yes, yes.
Donald Trump different
Uh
because he's a Republican.
huh.
Republicans use Republicans a lot of money.
Yeah.
They business owners, they CEOs, things like that. They simply politicians, and them the ones that'll sell you out for that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a catch-22.
Mm-hmm.
So lose with either one. Get a little more money
Mm-hmm.
available, but it's going to cause inflation. Billions of dollars they printed off in the last 3-4 years. They say 40% of the money in circulation right in the last 2-3 years.
Well, I mean, when you talk about the money is fiat dollars anyway. It ain't backed by nothing anyway. See, it used to be backed by
Whatever it is,
gold.
if it's look, if it's a car, if it's jewelry, whenever it's producing something, it loses value.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So really, it don't make no. Go ahead.
If they printed out 40% of the dollars in the last in circulation in the last 2-3 years, they you think they stop printing, they still stay depreciating.
Yeah, no
You
question.
stay in Chicago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. 6 wings, like $15 up there.
Yeah.
You go to Harold's or something, $6. The one on 75th is $17 for 6 wings.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's
That's
gonna go on.
inflation.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
The
Well,
car
you know what?
market, the car
Uh-huh.
industry. Look, these are secrets they hold. They just don't tell the public because they don't want nobody to panic. Fail. You know how much a car note is right now?
Well, mine was $300 a month. I don't know how much it is.
No. Car notes are $800 a month.
Dang,
In
I didn't know.
2023.
Yeah. Well, you.
Inflation.
Mm-hmm. But you know, hello. You know something? Just top 10. I was with top 10. Top 10. The top 10 club. Okay, with Jesse and Howard and Hank and all of us and Ron. You know what? They said they're coming up with affordable housing in Chicago in the 8th Ward. But they said, but affordable housing, they say those houses will be $400,000. That don't make no sense to me. Makes no sense. What do they want
I
us to
mean,
do?
they're going
Mm-hmm.
we future, right? But one thing we can't predict, we definitely going to with this money. So ain't finna be no more paper money. And that's going then with the no paper money, it's going the artificial intelligence is steady picking up fast and fast. They're gonna have to do something to level it out because I mean what people
Well, that's why they talking about giving us universal. That's why the guy named Chong that ran for president last time. That's why they said it's probably best to give everybody universal pay. That they only make a certain amount of money. I think, and I don't think it's out of no love. I think so. It's when you can continue buying goods. That's personal opinion. You know, you agree with universal pay for people that make a certain income.
should be free. You ask me.
It should be free. Okay. Okay. You know what? It should be free.
You
If
know,
it's free,
you know, this country where medical is free, no health care, ain't no bums on the corners. You know that, right?
yeah, I know. I know. I
Okay.
know. Yeah. So you
So
universal. Universal. So man, do you see where do you see the United States 2 or 3 years from now? People that look at
and
this, you can use this to look back in history and look at what we went through and what our projections were. What do you see the United States in 3, 4, 5 years from now? I'm talking about the state of it and the people. Are we going to be impoverished? Are we going to grow? Are we going to be headed to FEMA camps? What do you see? What do you foretell for the United States in the future?
intelligence,
Mhm.
artificial intelligence.
Say that again.
That's when. That's who go
You breaking up. Say that again.
artificial intelligence. Gonna replace a lot
Yeah, I
of
know.
people.
I know. Yeah, I mean, United States can when you talk about artificial intelligence, the United States has lost a lot of jobs and technology to China. Do you think that the United States can compete with China when it comes to jobs and technology?
I'm not sure. I haven't did no research
Okay. So
for real.
what I mean is in China, see, I pay my worker. I don't even have to pay. You know what? I don't even have to give my worker a living wage because there's so many people looking for jobs. So I think that the United States cannot compete with China, but when it comes to manufacturing because of the amount of money that's paid. But you mentioned something, artificial intelligence. You know, and Nico, when we talk, you know what, man, I like to ask you, brother, how do we get to your YouTube page and your Facebook page? I'm gonna put that in the description once you send it to me.
I sent it over. Nico Stony Island, old as ether. The page on Facebook, old as ether.
Hmm.
And that's
And you mentioned Black Root. Tell us about Black Root because you want people to go to Black Root on YouTube. Can you give people
black
information about
code.
that? You say it's called what the website that you mentioned, Root Black Root.
Uh,
Can you give us information about that?
I'm checking. It's 64 chapters. It's a whole lot. We could discuss it in a trust.
Okay. Why would it
Is that
be important?
much? Is it with that?
Mhm.
It's
Okay.
a lot of
Why
meat
would
on
it be
that bone.
important for them to go? Why would it be important for them to go to their website? Why?
I mean, if you really like what's going on as far as religion, as far as this world, and you you gonna vibrate that way anyway.
Okay. 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 And you know what? I'm gonna tell y'all. You know what, man? This has been enjoyable. It's been knowledgeable, and I'm gonna do everything I can to get Brother Nico on my television show. I'm gonna see his availability. To see if anything conflicts with his schedule or not. But I want to get him on because I appreciate it. And brother Nico, is there anything I've asked you a whole lot of questions? Is there a specific message that you would like to leave the audience with? Perhaps there was something that you wanted to say, and I didn't give you the opportunity to say that I addressed that.
Uh, Era called the information age. there's something going to awakening. The sun is giving downloads, young people, and the stuff they talking is not coming from no. So, um, the first step towards that way, like religious books even tell you, fast and meditate.
Mhm.
That's all I want to say, man.
And you say one thing. You say, would you give any message for individuals? You say you was locked up. I was locked up too. Do you have any message for individuals that are incarcerated, that are being abused and going through living in prison? Do you have any message for them?
Man, what you perceive is what you receive, man. Your perception is your reality. So it's always, it could be a gift, it could be a curse. It's all about how you look at it. There's always somebody doing better. There's somebody doing worse.
Mm-hmm.
Like that, taking a strap.
Mm-hmm. I want to say hi to all the brothers out there in Statesville prison and Cook County. You know, I ain't gonna say why. I want to say hi to y'all. You know, so you know what, man? It's indeed been a pleasure to have you on my podcast to disseminate this
Okay.
information. And I look forward to, like I said, setting up something where you could come down to the studio if time permits to disseminate information. You know, I appreciate you. To top 10 and everybody, top 10, Howard and Jesse and Lee, we'll see you. But this will be on YouTube. And if you like it, share it. Okay. If you don't like it, thumbs up, thumbs down. But you know what? This young man is seeking to give information to uplift people mentally and sending you in a direction the way you can free yourself from the matrix and the new world order that's taking place before your very eyes. And Brother Nico, I appreciate you, you know what, giving up your precious time to come on the Underground Railroad podcast.
Anytime.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna give everybody assalamu alaikum. And that means peace and blessings be upon you. And people wake up. Because that's what he better. Thank you, Brother Nico. And this will be on. And like I said, any links that you want me to add to the description, just let me know. Okay?
All right, man. I'm gonna send you my information.
All right, brother. Assalamu alaikum. Okay. So I want to thank everybody. Thank you for the people. I see there are many people that were looking. They didn't respond, but it's okay. Um, Thank you to the people in the United States, Central America, Asia, Africa, the UK, and Europe that watch. Yeah, you know, I appreciate it. And I appreciate Brother Nico for giving us an opportunity to hear another perspective. Because sometimes we just see the world through our eyes and through our glasses. And I'm going to be doing more of that. And the Underground Railroad comes on every Saturday night at 10:30. And at Shema Media Productions, we film events and we make television shows for people. And that information will be in the description. And use did IQ. Okay, because you know what? We get proceeds from individuals, but you can use vidIQ for free to get more subscribers and to get more people to look at your show. And that program can help you, but you have to put in the hard work. You have to. Okay. And so, buddy, I'm going to examine that. And I just thank everybody and thank you for the response and looking at the show that I did on Star Trek. That was a whole lot of work for me. But you know what? Sometimes when things are not working, you have to pivot. Pivot means you have to make a change. You have to make adjustments. Okay. But thank you. All praises to the Allah and Islam alaikum. Rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.